So these are our sweet potato slips. The jar right here, I just broke these off this morning and put them in water. You can see I'm using just small mason jars, a jelly jar, and they're in water, and that's so that the water isn't coming up on, you don't want the water on the stem of the leaf, but I wanted to leave at least 3 leaves if I could on each stem, that way that they can gather the sunlight they need to grow the roots. And so as soon as these start rooting out, they'll go into the garden and hopefully produce lots of yummy purple sweet potatoes. Here's one of our potatoes, and here is the other. This one is doing the best. I think that when you're shopping for sweet potatoes to grow slips with, you want to do the widest in diameter that you can find and the longest sweet potato you can find in the store. That's what I did with this one, and it has done so well. It's been like a jungle of slips growing on this guy. They grow even up, slips are growing up from under the water out. So it's been really neat to do this. It's been really rewarding. And all I've done is just grow them in water. I've been using filtered Berkey water. And these are 1-gallon jars that I just went ahead and put the potato in to start with, so as not to disturb the root system as they began to grow and would get larger. And you can see how many roots and how much space they're taking up. So I definitely wanted to give them that room to start out with. So it's been really cool to watch them grow. And like I said, the south-facing window is where I've kept them. And so that provides for the most sunlight. And on the hotter days, we've just shut the blinds, and the ambient light coming through the blinds still has been plenty for them. I haven't been using warming mats, and we currently don't have an air conditioning unit running in our home. So it gets hot during the day, and then it gets down to like 55 at night in the house because we keep the windows open through the night. And it cools the house down, and these guys have still done exceptionally well with the temperature changes. They just need sunlight and water. So there were a few days where it wasn't very bright out, kind of like today, overcast. And in the beginning, I would move them to the west-facing window after noon so that they would get the sun in its entirety as it set, rather than getting ambient light in the south-facing window. They were getting more direct light as the sun was setting. And so that worked out really well. Now they're just staying in the south-facing window, and you can see that some of the leaves are, showing signs of, malnutrition, or however you want to say it. So I've been a little bit more diligent about getting the slips out and into water, because at first I was waiting until they were super long, but that has proven to be unnecessary, and I'll show you why. These are 3 examples. This just came out today. This slip came out on Friday, and this slip came out on Friday evening. And so you can see the slip on the left is about 8 inches long. This is 12 or 13 inches long, and this one has longer roots. You can see them right there. Versus this one has shorter roots. So I think I'm going to start breaking some slips off here, and I'll show you how I do it, because it took me a while to work up the courage to do it. So I just kind of wiggle down, left and right, until it comes loose, and I'll even twist it. Okay. So then what I do, after I have taken the slip off the potato, I break off the leaves. And I try to break off at least 3 leaves, and that allows the plant to put energy into growing the roots. And so after that, I just put it in one of these shallow jars. And I try to give it its own space there, so you can see each stem kind of has its own space. And I make sure the leaves are pointed so that they can gather sunlight, at least one leaf, and pointed towards the sunlight, and that allows them enough space to grow the roots. And so that's pretty much the process. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys as we plant these slips and in the garden and see how many they produce. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'd love to hear how you had success growing your slips and what kind of potatoes you used and where you got them. Like I said, these have worked best for us. I tried using a jewel yam from Sprouts, and it was from the organic section, and it just would not, it was not doing well. I saw no signs of root growth after over a week or two of being in a 1 gallon jar full of Berkey water. So these guys have worked best for us, and I'm really excited because the purple sweet potatoes are our favorite. All right, that's all for now. We'll see you soon.